Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Sunday morning, I thought it would be a lovely idea for us to go into some nice hip openers. I think Sunday is such a great day for a little bit of yoga and stretching and getting ourselves ready for the week. So all you really need is a mat for today's class. This is going to be a lower body hip opening routine, short, quick, something you can do if you are like running to church or a coffee date right before. And then I also released a upper body stretch video that's also short on my channel today. It's 12 minutes. So you can give that one a go if you are interested in kind of continuing our stretches for the day. So let's just take a seat. We're gonna get nice and comfortable. Cross your legs with your right ankle in front of your left ankle. So like old school crisscross applesauce. In yoga, this is called ankle to knee pose or Agni Stambhasana. So crisscross applesauce or that. You're gonna put your hands behind your back and lift your posture up really tall. So when you're in this position, I want you to think of gently trying to press the outsides of your knees to the floor, and then think of your torso going in the opposite direction. So we're getting this length in the lower back. Good, and then if you can keep the length and the height of the spine, then you're gonna walk this forward. Good, and now you can see the difference when I come forward if my spine is so straight or if I've kind of hunched over. So we want to resist doing this. If your back's starting to round, then you want to walk it in and lift up straight through that back. Good. Oh, it's gorgeous out today. I hope everyone's having a fabulous day. So if we're going to go a little bit deeper, I like to lean into it if you have that mobility and add a little bit of sway right and left. Ooh, and you can feel all the sore parts of that low back just start to loosen up. This one is probably one of my stretches that I do almost every day. Good, take it side to side. Trying to find. This one, honestly, if you have a lot of time, I would just like sit here and hold this for like 5 to 10 minutes. I would not rush this one. And you'll really feel that the longer you sit in this, the looser and lower you can go. Hey, Tanya. Good to see you on here. Good. Okay, let's bring it on up through center. And simply, we're gonna switch those legs out. So put your left ankle in front of your right. And then let's first just start with the form. So if you're here and you really can't sit up straight, then put something under your hips to make you taller, like a pillow or a stack of blankets or towels. And then you're gonna put your hands behind you on the mat or the towels and get your back really straight. If your knees are up here, that's fine, but all you're gonna try to do is use your leg strength to push them down. If they're lifted and that's where they're at, that's okay. Remember that it doesn't have to look exactly like mine or like what your friend does, just as long as you feel the right form. That's all it's about. Good, and then if you are going to carry on, go a little further, you can come forward, and we're gonna keep the length in the waist. So if you've started to round, if you're just like, that's what I want today, then you can round, that's totally fine. But if you're trying to be a little bit more active with it, yes, the goal is gonna be to push your chest through the front of your arms. See, like pop your chest forward, squeeze your upper back. Like, oh, it feels so good in the lower back. Might even feel it here, outside of those thighs. Good, we're just gonna take this side to side, loosen up that lower back. So I'm from Jacksonville. I grew up here, but I moved at like 15, and now I've been in LA for 16 years. So when you're here, you do not realize the humidity, but then once you move to the West Coast and you come back, you're like, oh, I get it. It's like just sitting here, you're sweating. Good, so I've really been into this more dynamic movement, swaying side to side. I just feel like it hits different parts of your back and helps things loosen up. Great way to get yourself started in the morning, gently. I feel like I used to be able to just roll out of bed and like hit the treadmill, but I do personally feel every year that changes. It's like, okay, let's ease into the day. Let's like restart the engine. Gotta oil the machine. Okay, so going sideways, you're gonna plant your feet down. Put your hands behind your back. Same thing for the back. Try to get your back straight. Now you're gonna cross your right ankle over your left thigh. So this is seated figure 4 stretch. If you get really rounded when you do this, you're gonna walk your hands a little further back. So yes, you're leaning back, but your back is straight, rather than coming forward and doing like a core crunch. So goal is straighten your back for number 1. Second goal, you're gonna, not with your hand, but with your leg strength, push the outside of your right knee forward. Ooh, right into the hip. Okay, if we wanna progress this, you could walk your hands closer to your butt so your spine's taller, and you can bring the foot on the floor closer to you. Wow, I definitely feel that. Good, and if you wanna do like a little sway of your hips right and left, if you like something more dynamic, that is not wrong. When you're doing something dynamic though, resist like pushing, right? It's okay to add a little bit of movement, but it shouldn't be really aggressive, right? We definitely do not want to tear anything. It would not be ideal here. Ooh, these hips are gonna love us after this. Nicely done. Okay, so let's switch the legs. So we'll plant that right foot down. Give yourself some space, so have it a little away from you. And then cross your left ankle over that right thigh. Hands behind you, lean back on the diagonal, and get your back really straight. Okay, you're gonna flex your left foot, so your heel is out. Toes are towards the left knee, and then with your left outer knee, push it away from you. Then you can decide if you need more. That would be by bringing the hands in and taking the foot on the floor and moving it closer to you. And then the reverse is true. If you need less, then the hands on the floor and the foot on the floor can move further apart. Good, and then you could just hold it statically if you liked that little kind of sway of your hips and legs. You can move around. Sounds of the waves are so nice in the morning, especially on a weekend. So we're really stretching out those outer glutes. So if you do a lot of Pilates or you love your leg day, this is like a great stretch, great couple stretches for the hips to release. Good, okay, let's let that go. So the next one we'll do is a little more like mobility drill. So you're gonna have your right knee and ankle lining up in front of you, and then your left knee and ankle, they line up, but they're pointing towards the left wall. So you can have your hands on the floor to help you with this. You're gonna lift your knees up and now turn them to face the opposite direction. And then we're gonna rotate back to the start. Good, so when I turn away from you guys, my legs are landing in the same position, but the opposite leg is in front and the opposite leg is in back. Okay, I'm gonna show this sideways so you can get a different view of it. Good, so I'm flipping my legs around. Woo! If you're up for the challenge, you can bring your hands off the floor and try to keep your spine really tall. Use your abdominal strength. This movement takes us through internal and external rotation in the hips. The front leg will be your external rotation. The back leg's gonna be more of your internal rotation. Okay, if you're here and you wanna add on, so flip it, land it, your back foot, lift it up. Woo, that is internal rotation strength. Then lower it down, flip your knees to the wall behind you. Face your new front leg, and lift your back foot up. And then lower it down. Okay, so flip, square yourself to your front leg, and lift the back foot up. And then flip, square yourself to your new front leg, and lift that back foot up. Okay, let's take one more each way. If you don't have this in your leg day routine, like at least once a week, I would throw it in there. Like for your warm-up, this is a great one. It doesn't just have to be for hip stretches. Okay, bring this through center. We're gonna go more to the inside of the hips, the inner thighs, the groins. So Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Bring your feet nice and close together. Put your hands behind you and lift your back up. So instead of forward folding, think of lifting and straightening your spine. Now with your hip strength, press your knees down towards the floor. So I'm going to show this from the side. So sometimes the tendency is to do this, Sky. We're going to change it up today. Put your hands behind you, straighten your back. Get long through your belly. And now use your hip strength to push your knees down. So watch my legs. I'm going to push them towards the floor. No hands involved. Look, Ma, no hands. Okay, so this is all outer hips. And now I want you to squeeze your butt. So this is becoming way more active. Clench those glutes together. And this is going to help release your inner thighs. Okay, so if you want to go dynamic, you can do a little lift and lower of your thighs. When you press your knees down, squeeze your tush. The knees lift up an inch, release your glutes, and then squeeze your butt and push your knees down. I want you to squeeze your glutes really, really tight to the point that they're trembling. Now, it's amazing if you can get your knees to touch the floor, but don't worry. If your knees are up here and you're trying to move through that, that's awesome. Just remember, start where you are. It's all good. Don't judge yourself. Woo! Good, let's do 3 more. Keep that back straight, try to arch your lower back, place it into its natural curve. Okay, last one. Good, okay. Let's take this into Upavishta Konasana. This is our straddle stretch. So legs are going nice and wide. Again, if you've been in this class for the last 10 minutes, I bet you know what I'm gonna say. Hands behind you, straighten your back. So if you haven't taken a lot of yoga from a teacher that I think is like very certified, not with like a 7-day degree, that someone that's gotten their 200-hour or their 500-hour degree, there's gonna be a lot more like specific alignment instructions, and it's there to help you go further. So if you wonder why your flexibility isn't going further, then maybe try things you haven't yet. Like if your tendency is to come forward all the time and round, this does feel good, of course. But if you want to work it a little bit more, make it more active, you'll most likely go further with your stretches. What's that saying? If you keep doing the same thing, you'll keep getting the same results, right? So we've got to mix it up. So you can see how my lower back is not tucked under, right? I'm rocking forward on my sits bones, and I'm trying to think of my tailbone pointing behind me. Now flex your feet, engage your thighs, pull your kneecaps up, and then you can hinge forward. Try to keep that length. If you have the length, the arms are gonna come in front of you. Okay, we're doing little windshield wipers with the legs, so you're gonna roll the knees in and out. I just saw my spine, it's rounding. I'm trying to straighten it up. How's everybody feeling? Are we getting looser? Good, so keep it going. Just gonna face you guys. So you can see my thighs rolling out and in. This is like some dynamic mobility. I also love, love, love this. Good for a leg day warm up or morning hip loosen up. Is that a saying? Okay, so hold the turnout of the legs. Put the heel of your hands on your thighs with your fingers pointing behind you. Then roll your thighs back. Push them down and lean forward. So apply some pressure like you're getting a massage. Try to push the skin of your inner thigh to the outer thigh. And then push your chest forward. Good, then let's bring the hands to the ground if we're ready for that, and we'll give it a little dynamic sway. This one, I really want you to keep rotating your knee back, so not to let your knee point forward. Turn those legs out. Hello, lower back, a little love. Good. I would also highly suggest before trying to get deep into your stretches, being warm. And that could mean like you did a little walk or some cardio, but it could also mean just put, like if you don't have a heater, you can't put the heat on, then put on warm clothes. Like you want your muscles to be warm when you're stretching them, especially in a deep way. If you have a heater, then I would just put the heat up a little bit, or maybe don't blast the AC. Okay, walk it in. We're going for some internal hip rotation. So I'm gonna go sideways to you. We'll straighten our left leg. I just realized my Band-Aid matches the yoga mat. Left leg is straight. You're gonna take your right knee, turn your right knee to the right. It's pointing to the right wall, and the foot is in line with the knee but behind you. Your upper body is gonna face your left leg. So if this is new to you, maybe this right knee is more narrow, further forward. Maybe this feels like a huge stretch. Okay, if it's not much of a stretch, bring your knee back so it's to the side of your hip. That's about as far as you're gonna go. You're not really trying to get it further behind you. Like this is nice alignment, knee in line with hip. From there, your hands would go behind you. You'll feel this here. From there, you can come to your forearms, but if your right knee lifts, that's too far. You want your right knee to stay grounded. And then, of course, from here, you could lay on down on your back. Again, make sure the knee is staying down. This is a big one right here. And then just taking a couple of deep breaths. I'm just gonna show it from the front. So same thing from the front. We'll do the other side in a second. So you're leaning back, or maybe laying all the way back. Hopefully we can get up and out of this. Okay guys, so bring it in, bring that other leg around. Okay, so let's try the other side. We're gonna have the right leg straight forward. And the chat's open, so if you guys have any questions, we're live, so feel free. If you've got like alignment questions, any questions about workouts, I'm here to answer them while we're in our stretches. Left knee is gonna turn out and point to the left. And then you can make the distance between your knees wider to advance it. So that left knee is gonna go out to the side of the hip, would be your furthest advancement. Upper body's lining up with the right leg, so we're facing the front of the mat. And if you want to go deeper, you're going to lean back on your hands. And if we want to go deeper than that, you can find your forearms. And if we want to go deeper than that, you can lay down on your back. I think I'm going to take a second here, though, because this is feeling tight. Okay, let's try it. And remember, you can always try it. Like if you're not sure if you're ready for the next level, you can try it and then be like, nope, that was too far, and back off. Okay, just taking a couple deep breaths here. Good, okay, let's walk it on up and bring the left leg forward. Okay, let's go into a hip flexor stretch. I don't know if it's a hip stretching class without this lunging stretch. So we're gonna come to kneeling. If you need to pad your knees, grab like a pillow. You're gonna step your right foot forward, and then your hands are gonna go to the inside of your right foot. So I'm kind of a stickler for alignment. If you do my workouts, I'm sure you know that. What I want you to be careful of is this front foot being really like just no energy to it. Point your right foot forward and push your foot down into the ground as if you're gonna lift up, as if you're going into like a workout kind of lunge. Really push your foot down. This is gonna help drop this right hip crease. Left knee is turning in so that it points straight down. Draw your abdomen in and reach your lower back towards your back heel. Palms planted underneath your shoulders as if you're doing a plank, and then pull your chest forward. So we've done a lot of work to get the spine straight. That's still your goal here. If your back is super rounded like this, I would suggest putting your hands on a chair or blocks. Form is king. Okay, if you are able to keep your back flat, think push-up. Start to bend your elbows, lowering down. Continue to hug the right knee towards the right arm, and then maybe you come to your forearms. But notice if your back got really puffed up, we're trying to keep that length. Good, and then bring up onto your hands, and we'll step it in. Okay, guys, we're gonna finish our hip stretches today with this left leg lunge. So left foot is forward. I think I have to give up on the Band-Aid. I tried, but it just, the humidity, it's not working. So the toes point straight forward, arms to the inside. I'm gonna bend the knee so that once I bend the knee is right over the ankle. Like this is not what I wanna see, and I don't wanna see the leg like hanging out, okay? So form is specific. Hands under the shoulders. The back knee should not point to the side. The knee should point directly down. Same with the hip. The back toes can be tucked or untucked, totally up to you. And then pull your chest forward. Okay, and then if this is good, stay here. Remember your option of getting the chair. You need a little bit more space for that chest. And then think push up, bending your elbows. Keep your upper back connected. Maybe we try a forearm or two. Good, pull your chest to the front of the room. Draw your left inner knee to the left shoulder, and push your left heel into the floor. Really drive it down so it's active. Tuck your abs in and reach your tailbone back. Taking some deep breaths here. Good, and then walk it up, and we step it in. Woo! Take a comfortable seat. Let's just take a final closing breath to relax. So let's stretch those arms up. Breathe in. Namaste. Let it go. Good work, you guys. I hope you enjoyed our beachy, relaxing hip stretches. These will definitely fix tight hips. Like we did every part of your hip. Inner thigh, hip flexor, outer hip abductor, and then like the glutes. So the whole hip complex got a nice stretch here. This was very intermediate, all level, definitely doable. I would do these like at least 3 times a week. These are your staple stretches. If you guys have any questions, this will live on the channel, so just write them in the comments. And I released a long form. Thanks, Tanya. I'm so glad. It felt so amazing to be here with you guys too. I released a long form video today, like a regular horizontal video on YouTube, and it was an upper body stretch, and it's belly back bends. That's intermediate level. I'd say it's a little bit more advanced to this. It's definitely a lot of spinal mobility. So if you're interested in keeping on with the stretching today, go check that out. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a fabulous rest of your day. Bye, guys.